Hello guys, this is a full review, unbiased, honest review on Tradeogre. Should you open an account there and deposit and, try trading, or should you just miss the opportunity? So let's find a way. Hello guys and welcome back to Truth with your host, Mark Luther. Today's video we're doing exchange review. This is totally unbiased and totally, it's not paid, I'm just trying to disclose that. So I have my full opinion on this and today we're going to talk about it. So Tradeogre, one of the exchanges. So let's start with the advantages. We will talk about the advantages and the disadvantages. First advantage is simple dashboard. As you can see, everything is accessible. As you can see here, you have the balances, active orders. Here you have the settings. For example, let's click here. For example, as you can see, change password, API keys. Also, you have the security. Okay, everything is open. As you can see, it's all in one place. Active orders, withdrawals, deposits like an exchange. Let's go to the balances. We have the deposits and withdrawals all together. For example, let me take another example. Here you have Binance, and here, for example, it's really hard to navigate your way through. For example, join us where orders, and then it's more open than funds. There's a lot of sections, and sometimes newcomers to the community might not really understand how to actually interact with these functions, because when you're a new user, you don't know where to go. And this happened to me with BTC, where I thought opening a trading account is really hard, and then I deposited withdrawals until I just found a Reddit forum, for example. So simple, easy dashboard for newcomers to learn. The second advantage is that it's not targeted and never got hacked. Now this is an advantage in and out itself, because it has an overall deposits worth of $146,000. It's not targeted, opposed to, for example, Binance, the multi-million or even millions and hundreds of millions of dollars, opposed to an exchange with 146,000. Maybe a lot of resources will cost the hackers to actually hack this exchange, and maybe it will not be worth it, because here you have a lot of cryptocurrencies that only are listed on Tradeogre. Okay, for example, here you have Haven Protocol, one of the most important cryptocurrencies. Let me just go back here for a second. Let's now navigate our way through. Haven Protocol, XHV, for example, one of the top markets also is Tradeogre. For example, you have $40,000, nearly 21% worth of exchange volume, and there's like a numbered amount of cryptocurrencies that really have just a limited amount of volume, and they are listed on either just Tradeogre alone or have a significant portion on Tradeogre. As you can see, 16% volume on the exchange. That's Graft. Anyways, the third advantage, and that's the last advantage, nearly slow market cap coins. Now, me guys, the other day I made an update. Grin coin got added on Poloniex. I made more than 10% on my investment. I put around $120, $150, and I saw a huge gains, because I think Grin coin really still has a significant amount of volume. Okay, still, now that's now. Okay, back then you had like nearly a couple more $1,000s. Movements in price were much higher. Let's see the overall volume of Grin coin. It actually increased because of this Poloniex exchange, got added. Where is it? Poloniex, as you can see, $8,000. Not much significant, but other exchanges also listed it. So Grin coin saw a huge price spike in terms of market cap, and that's when I knew you should buy this, for example, from Tradeogre. So you could make some profit up in here. Okay, let me show you other examples. Today I made some profit on, until it redirects us, but importantly I made some profit on Graft, Haven Protocol, Electroneum. These are the ones you need to focus on. Okay, and this is not financial advice. I'm just buying this. Just try to avoid Stellite. It's really short on numbers, because when you go to BTC, okay, as you can see, just for satoshis you cannot really find a lot of trade volume, buy and sell. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of selling pressure, so until your turn comes, it's really hard. Anyways, you have Grin coin. Actinium is really good. You know, Haven Protocol, Electroneum, Graft, these are the ones that I'm really focusing on. Quantus Network really did not work with me as much, and basically the other cryptocurrencies are pretty much just dead or have no future. Anyways, other markets, as you can see, you can actually see by change, for example. So the idea of this review is not to get you greedy, you know. The idea of this is actually to teach you that should you open an account, should you not open an account. So as you can see, here is the volume. Some of the coins are totally dead, so forget about them. Okay, for example, Graft is the highest. Okay, by percentages, 160. Oh, let me just go sell after this video. Okay, this is insane. Okay, you have also Zelcash, you have Actinium, you have Electroneum. So most of the time I put like less than $20 or more than $20 by a bit, but Grin coin was the highest trade I ever had. As I told you guys, Stellite, throw that in the bin. It's just not worth it. Okay, or it will take a long time until it pumps. Okay, now let's go to the disadvantages. Now it has low volume. Now Tradeogre, okay, it has really, you know, if you're going to invest $1,000, which is like at least the minimum of any cryptocurrency investor, $1,000 on this exchange will be really hard to actually, you know, trade or something, unless you actually dissect it to like $10 on every cryptocurrency, which is really, you know, not practical. So for $1,000 or even $500 more investment, I think you will have to actually diversify in their portfolio, and that's the only way you're going to invest with huge sums of money. Now the second disadvantage is no room for growth. Now, you know, since, you know, the exchange has only, you know, this Twitter account, you know, as you can see, there's no room for growth. As you can see, when a coin gets listed, oh, it's online, now it's available in the market. This is pairing. You know, there's not a lot of, for example, let me show you on Binance. Okay, just for 1 second, Binance. Okay, let's go to Binance. As you can see, you know, you have challenges, you have, you know, posts. Like, you would not go 1 week without Binance just knocking your door with new posts and likes and shares and retweets. You know, Binance is really getting huge. You know, there's a lot of things on Binance rolling around, and that's how they grow, because they are growing their audience. As you can see, for example, they have 918,000 followers. For example, as you can see, this is as a result of being, you know, consistent, being, you know, communicating with your community. For example, let's see Binance Exchange. For example, pair this up with that, you know, this is about 6, it's about what $1 billion. I'm not sure what a billion is, you know, 100, yeah, it's a billion, I think, right? Anyways, you see my point, you know, the difference between two exchanges. Now some people are going to say, but Tradeogre, you know, they don't have a lot of money. Well, you don't need money, you just need to be, you know, consistent with your people, because everyone starts somewhere, right? And that's what I believe in, you know. And look, you know, the time differences. For example, on August 2018, the last update, you know, Ethereum is supported, and then after what, like 4 or 5 months, we have like this Mimble, you know, Grin coin listing. So I wouldn't be surprised why they have 9,000 followers over the years, and look how unprofessional it's made. DM me for any issues with deposits / withdrawals. This does not work this way, guys. You know, you need to have much more marketing strategy. I mean, maybe this is just like Quadrica CX, someone running this from his own laptop. Anyways, the third, you know, disadvantage is that some of the coins have zero volume. They have nothing. Like, what volume, you know, talks about 0%, okay, or, you know, $17. Who would invest in Plura / BTC pair? No one will, because in terms of investing, you at least need like 100 bitcoins to actually start actively trading. Tradeogre, okay, the most, you know, you could get is nearly 6 BTC, which is still really small. And you wouldn't see this like on Binance. For example, let's go to the advanced exchange platform. Anyways, let's see the lowest. Now the lowest is 12 Bitcoin, nearly, you know, let's say by double that. So, you know, at least, you know, Binance has the, you know, the advantage up in here. So that's another disadvantage. Okay, it's ran by a single guy. Now the work seems really just, really, let me say that it's not professional. It does not seem that there's more than one running this exchange. I mean, the only thing that I'm seeing this exchange doing is just posting things, making sure of withdrawals / deposits, renewing the license for the domain. Nothing too, you know, huge, you know, in terms of exchange, you know, working, inner workings, anything, you know, features, you know, challenges, anything. You know, the fifth disadvantage, I'm not sure which one, is huge problems with these deposits and withdrawals. As you can see, DM me for issues with deposits / withdrawals. You can see actually on Bitcoin Talk or Reddit that there are a lot of problems with 5 BTC or more withdrawals, but maybe they trying to solve this problem. Now some of the responses were like, you know, try to solve this by actually having multiple smaller withdrawals, which is not really the best response, but at the same time, that's, you know, that's the idea they got. Anyways, the next, you know, the next disadvantage, and it is the last. Now at some point it will stop working. Now the way I'm seeing this exchange working is mostly from listing coins. I mean, you know, they take about trading fee of 200 satoshis, I think, you know, last time I checked. So it's really low in terms of fees on trading, but also very low in terms of, you know, income coming to them. I mean, at some point they have to renew their license, they have to maybe, you know, I'm not sure how much people work on this project, but, you know, there's a lot of things to consider. Let's look at the fees. Okay, this is the withdrawal fees, but, you know, some of the cryptocurrencies, you know, have no volume, like Plura coin. That's just an example. Okay, and you have a lot of problems with this exchange. The thing about this, you know, 0.2% trading fee, okay, which is more than 200 satoshis, maybe just for me, I'm not sure. Okay, you know, other exchanges maybe have lower or higher, I'm not sure. But in terms of really, you know, going, you know, for long term, I don't see this exchange going more than 5 years. If they don't list another coin soon, I think they would go nearly bankrupt, or just, you know, steal the funds and run away, or just keep the funds and it's just not a transparent exchange. There's not much information to go through, you know, there's a lot of disadvantages, but at the same time there's a lot of profit to be made with other cryptocurrencies that are small market cap coins that only are listed on Tradeogre or have the majority of volume. So should you open an account here? Well, it depends on you. What do you see it? Do you see it really worth, you know, these small, you know, it depends on the scenario and who is trying to use it. Because let's say I have $1,000 plus, I wouldn't come to this exchange. I would go to Binance, hit BTC. You know, these are the big players in the field. I wouldn't go to such small exchanges. And believe it or not, there are even like smaller exchanges than those. So still, this is better on that side. So thank you guys for watching this video from BitTruth with your host Mark Luther, and see you guys on the next video.